The Lakers quite literally played the worst game that I've seen this entire season. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into the dumpster fire that was the Lakers game, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 94% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. If you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker content, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you guys do not miss a moment. Now, guys, that out the way, let's hop straight into whatever that was, as the Lakers had an ugly loss to the Miami Heat. So the Lakers played a game against the Miami Heat, losing that one 110-96. And I can't lie to you guys, like, this was just, it was a bad game just through and throughout. Like, the Lakers just did not have it from the jump, and it really doesn't make any sense to me, especially with all the days they had off, all the talk about having this big home stretch coming up and how these games are very important, and almost like an old guy shaman. LeBron James said literally in their last game of the road trip against the New Orleans Pelicans, he said that it could hurt you in a sense to feel comfortable at home, because you have to understand that, yes, we're at home, we cannot relax now. And LeBron literally, just like an old man fortune teller, just said what happened, as the Lakers did not have any type of effort, did not have any type of hustle. It seems like they made way too many bonehead turnovers, 21 to be exact, and they had 10 turnovers in the very first quarter, which was tied season high for any quarter. So the Lakers just throughout did not have it. Just up and down, there was just problems going galore. The Lakers only had 4 made three-pointers compared to the Miami Heat 16. Like, let's just take a look at this box score. It's just abysmal, with the exception of Anthony Davis, and then Austin Reaves obviously had some nice counting stats here with 24, 5, and 5. But AD, he's kind of excluded from this whole conversation, as he had 29 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks. I'll excuse the 5 turnovers. It is what it is. It was kind of going throughout the whole entire team. But yeah, like, besides Anthony Davis in this game, everyone did not bring it to the level they're capable of. LeBron James in that one just had 12 points and 9 assists, and he didn't really look super engaged throughout the whole point of the game. But, like, this is less on him, as, you know, it's very hard to expect a guy in year 21 to continue to carry us every single night. And when you have guys like Taurean Prince, who did not hit a three-pointer, or Cam Reddish, who was just useless in his 19 minutes out there, like, you're not going to win games doing any of this, or doing any of what the Lakers are kind of trying right now, because, like, they started a whole new starting lineup this game, having Austin Reaves come in with Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, and to no avail. It did nothing for them, as the Lakers had so many turnovers. Like I said, in that first quarter, they really couldn't get a handle of the ball, and it wasn't very much forced turnovers. It was more of just, like, they'll pass it to one guy, and then they'll think that somebody's there, not even look when they make a pass, and then boom, turnover. The Heat are running the other way, and then the Heat also threw a zone at the Lakers, which for some reason the Lakers could not just understand whatsoever. So the Heat kept going back to the zone, and the Lakers really couldn't break it in any certain way, and it just really frustrates me, because, like, seeing the Lakers with all that talent and all the depth that they were talking about at the beginning of the season of what they could be, they have not amounted to any of it. And it's just kind of been a chasm, just things just happening one after another. And then the Lakers they've had, you know, some excuses through the season, obviously having a tough road schedule here in the early parts of the season, and then also having to travel a little bit extra because of the in-season tournament, but and also with the injuries as well, having a couple of guys in and out of the lineup. Gabe Vincent hasn't played the entire season. Rui Hachimura has been in and out of the lineup. Same thing with Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt. So not much health among their, like, defensive guys. And then now D'Angelo Russell, who's out with a bruised tailbone as well. So not giving the injuries an excuse, because at this point, like, it really shouldn't be, because the Miami Heat were playing out there without Jimmy Butler. And if you get a game against the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler, that should be a scheduled win for you guys, especially if you have multiple days off. There is no excuse for the Lakers to come out with that type of effort and then having that many turnovers and then just not really having the focus whatsoever. So, like, the Lakers really, really just did not have it tonight. And then the shooting, the offensive woes have really come to bite them, especially in games like this, where the defense, for the most part, like, I mean, guys like Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, they're going to get their shots off, but, like, they weren't very efficient in that game. So the Lakers should be able to generate enough offense to try and win this game, and it just wasn't the case in that one. Like I said, just looking back at that stat sheet, just like nobody really had it. Like I said, Taurean Prince was awful. 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. Cam Reddish non-existent in 19 minutes. Jared Vanderbilt had a couple of bonehead turnovers throughout it, and then Max Christie, while, you know, he was able to hit some three-pointers, he really had some careless turnovers as well, and just some young guy mistakes that you honestly shouldn't make it in this day of age, just like this game, really. So the Lakers just really feel very disjointed, and it's just, this is not the point of the season where you can be having these losses like this. You gotta start stacking wins right now, because they're currently sitting in the 10th place in the play-in tournament, which is the place they do not want to be for another season. So everything that's kind of happened here for the Los Angeles Lakers has just been one after another, and then all these problems, which were looked at little problems like, oh, we don't have the continuity here. It's like, oh, you know, so-and-so is injured. Like, that shouldn't matter. Games like this, where if you have the requisite effort and energy in this one and just hit a few more three-pointers, this is definitely more of a game. And then obviously not having those 21 turnovers, because you're never going to win an NBA basketball game having more than 20 turnovers unless you hit three-pointers. And guess what? The Lakers do not hit three-pointers. They're one of the worst teams in the league at shooting threes and making them at a very efficient rate, or inefficient rate, I should say. So just throughout this one, the Lakers, no real excuses in that one. And just want to bring up one more thing. So the Lakers, even Johan Buhov of the LA Times said it was probably one of the worst halves of the season the Lakers had. It was a mess, really, on both ends. They had 15 turnovers at that point of the game. Like I said, 10 in that first half there. And they only had 16 made shots. And it was mostly being done by Anthony Davis, who, let me just wax poetically a little bit about Anthony Davis, who has been tremendous in this stretch here from the in-season tournament, actually the whole entire December, really. He's been the reason why the Lakers will be winning some of these games, or be in some of these games. It's because of his play, his effort on the defensive end. Dude had 5 slocks. That's ridiculous, having 5 blocks, 3 steals in this game, and he probably could have had more if his teammates were really helping him out, close out possessions, getting those defensive rebounds, you know, stepping over, taking charges, doing something to really help him out on the defensive end, because he is really carrying the load for the Lakers, and it's not doing really much because they're under 500 once again, having their record fall to 17-18 here in the early parts of January, guys. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. There's not too much analysis I can do about this game, because it was an overall pathetic effort on the Lakers. Hopefully they'll do better in their next game against the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll have, you know, John Company coming to town, so the Grizzlies will be fired up a little bit, especially when the Lakers beat them earlier in the season by almost 30 or so points, where that game got pretty chippy. So I've been your host, Okechi Apakama. Make sure you guys leave a comment about how the Lakers are playing. Probably pitiful, awful, just downright terrible. But leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.